A few years ago, I've put up a guide that basically allows you to farm hundreds of thousands of credits in just a matter of minutes. And as you might guessed it, Rhino with the Arcaplasma, doing some index runs was my best way to farm during those times. However, I think it's time to retire that farming method as there is a better way right now, and as you can see on the title, you can farm 1 million credits now in just 5 minutes or even faster. Don't get me wrong, the normal index is still a viable way to farm credits, but if you are looking for the best, and the fastest, then you should try the Profit Taker. This mission will reward you 1 million credits right now if you have the necessary items, and you know the trick to boosting the credits that this orb mother drops. I know most of the new players watching this video will get confused on how to make 1 million credits from this mission, so let me explain. As you all know, the Profit Taker will only drop 125,000 credits the moment you take it down. That will get doubled when you have a credit booster which you can buy from the market. And because Digital Extremes is throwing out a double credit weekend event, you can even double that amount you gain, which is already boosted by the credit booster. If you farm credits using this mission right now, then you will most likely gain 500k credits per 5 minutes run. So how do you get into 1 million credits then? Well, you can see the answer to that on your screen. Chroma isn't just one of the best when it comes to taking down the Profit Taker, but he is also the frame you need to further double the credit earned in this mission. We will be using his Effigy to push our credit earnings to 1 million. What the fuck? Effigy being useful? Yes, you heard it right, and it's proven and tested. But before we get into how Effigy can boost your credit earning to 1 million, let me share first the build and setup I used during the Profit Taker fight. Before we continue, I would like to say that all the things included in my setup are not necessarily the best when it comes to hunting down Profit Taker. You see, the basic principle you just need to apply in this fight is have at least 3 weapons available: your primary, secondary, and melee weapon, and mod each with at least 2 different elements. The Profit Taker has a sentient shield which you should take down, and you need to have the right elements to trim away the shields. For those who are new to this fight, then I will include one full fight once we are finished discussing the things you need. Refer to it as a guide on how you can take down the Profit Taker. So as I was saying, try to have at least 2 elements in your weapon. In this case, I have Rubico Prime in my primary, which has both corrosive and heat element. Okay, how do you choose the right weapon for this job? Simple. It must have lots of critical chance, critical damage, and has some decent total damage. Long story short, the weapons you use in idle and hunts somehow can be used in Profit Taker fight. I choose Rubico Prime not only because of this reason, but also because it has base physical damage, and the impact damage is good enough to take down the shield of the Profit Taker if it's adapting the impact damage. Next we have my Tomb Finger of the secondary. A Catch Moon kit gun would also be good for this job, but in my case, I prefer the Tomb Finger. I choose this kit gun because it has high critical chance, and it has base radiation damage. Because of this, I can just mod this weapon with another element, and I choose to mix gas with radiation on this kit gun. For the melee weapon, you can use gun blades, but honestly, not all gun blades can perform better than Redeemer Prime in this fight. Struffer is great, but I just don't like how low the firing range of its range attacks. Also, Zors are good options, but you will need to include Exodia Contagion in your build. The projectile of this arcane does viral damage, allowing you to mod for another element. In this case, I would get Magnetic. Like I've said earlier, it totally depends on you what weapon you choose to use for this fight. Take these as just examples and not the requirements to make this fight a walk in the park. Before we proceed to the Chroma build, I would also like to add that the element adaptation of the Profit Taker can be cycled using your amp, or by dashing through the orb mother. Once you do this, the element type weakness will change, and this is very important for those who are doing solo Profit Taker hunts. For team composition, it would be a lot faster since each of you can form 2 elements in your 3 weapons, making the fight a bit easier. In fact, it would only take 2 to 3 minutes to take down the Profit Taker with a good team. What I'm only showing you is a solo run which can take up to 5 to 6 minutes to complete. Well, that's better compared to diving into the index, and would roughly take you 8 to 10 minutes to solo complete the high index run and gain 950,000 credits at this moment. Okay, let's move on to the Chroma build. The mod setup is pretty simple. Have all umbral mods for survivability and power strength if you can equip them, along with some power strength mods, and then, put lots of duration in your build. We only need Vex Armor and Elemental Ward for this mission to both help us survive and kill the Prophet Taker. The effigy part will come later and you won't need to have lots of energy to perform the credit boost trick with this ability. Lastly, I highly advise that you should have primed sure-footed or just the regular version of this mod for this mission. Corpus enemies beneath the Orb Mother will hound you and most of them can knock you down. This will make the fight longer, so it's better to negate it with primed sure-footed. Handspring will also do, but primed sure-footed will totally get rid of that knockdown pest in this mission. Another thing that you should have is Arcane Nullifier to negate the magnetic field coming from the Orb Mother once she stomps her body on the ground. You should get rid of this magnetic effect since it will mess the duration of your ability, and as well as drain your energy. Before we head on the Chroma Trick, I would like to share the heavy weapon I'm using for taking down the legs and torso of the Orb Mother. The Imperator Vandal is also a viable option, but the Corvus would also do. Just try to build this heavy weapon with these mods set up and you will be good to go. The last thing you should know is the Effigy Trick. Chroma's effigy and its credit doubling aura can double the credits reward when Prophet Taker finally collapses, once the bounty reward has been given, as long as any players that want it are standing within Effigy's aura when the credits are given. Long story short, once the Orb Mother collapse, drop your effigy, and stay within its radius until you have the rewards. That's it. Plain and simple. Like I've said, you will earn 1 million credits per 5 minutes run using this method right now, because we have the double credit weekend event. If this event will be gone, then this method will only give 250,000 credits per run if you are doing the Chroma Trick, and mostly 500,000 credits if you also have a credit booster. So go and farm those credits now so you won't worry of them later. I hope you enjoyed the video and find it informative. If you do, please give it a like and subscribe for more Warframe content. The rest of the video is for new players who wants to learn how to do the Prophet Taker fight. But if you want to see my noob gameplay, then go check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
Right, we're all here. Let's get started.
That's it. Focus your off-wing weapons on it. Compromise the exoskeleton of the legs, and then work your way to the torso.
Another one down. You out. Take me later.
Heads up, Sparky.
Scratch one.
Else? No. Look, they're sinking with the old. Shield's going back up. Outwelder, deal with those pylons. Shields are waning. Whatever you're doing, it's working. That did it. She's vulnerable. Aim true, Outwelders.
catch another.
Pylons back up. Wreck 'em.
Another one down. You outworlders can thank me later. Is this a bad time?
D, what is it?
Satellite just moved. Nev's crew must have figured out our bypass. It's realigning.
Sparky, you're running out of time. You have to kill her now. You won't get another chance at this.
I've only got a few mortars left. Firing them all.
Suppressing fire.
Is it? Holy crap. We did it. We did it. Get in there, Tether. Rip out anything you think might help our cause. Biz, what's that sound?
The satellite is continuing to overcharge the orb. At this rate, in a matter of seconds, it will...
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.